Good morning, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for, it's being recorded in August, but these readings are always timeless for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. This is part 1. Part 2 is always on Patreon with the link below. And all the other information is down below. So I'm just going to jump into it, Sagittarius. Alrighty, so we're going to start with your channel message and then we'll jump into your cards. So as I tapped into your energy, Sagittarius, your energy feels uptight and rigid. You may be feeling back stiffness, tightness and or aching due to feeling resistant. Other people are getting under your skin, trying to direct you, and it's creating resistance for you. You want to be directing yourself. It feels like your higher self is sending you it feels like your higher self is sending in these people to nudge you and cause you to act and listen to your inner knowing and intuition and act on it. You may be quite aware of what you're being called to do, but for some reason, and I got fear when I read that, you're neglecting to take up the reins and move forward on what you know is in your highest and best. It may feel easy to lose your temper at this time as you're feeling like others are trying to control you, and you don't have the freedom you desire in your current environment. Beware of trying to control others or your outer environment, as this will drain your energy and use up your time. You will be most effective if you can focus your efforts on creating change and momentum for yourself. Remember, we most want to fix or control others when we ourselves feel out of control. Okay, and then we've got your higher self message. Sorry, I'll just start there. Then we've got your higher self message, Sagittarius, which says, so sweet Sagittarius, I wish to assist you in seeing all the love and attention you have been pouring into others, working hard at pleasing them, being everything that they need. This is a beautiful and valuable gift you have to give, but I, your higher self, need you to see that this gift must be first given to yourself. Your love must first be poured into your cup, your time and attention given to you. Your inner being wishes to be a stronger presence in your life, for you to access the infinite well of love that resides in your heart and feel full of joy, presence, deep trust and wonder at all the magnificence that is accessible to you when you tap in. All the dreams you had and have are rising to the surface to be noticed, seen and heard and acted upon. I love you very much. I believe in you and I know you can do it. Please allow the passion you feel to be your drive and to take you forward into a fuller version of yourself. You've waited lifetimes to be in this position, and you know in your soul when you set your heart on something and allow yourself to also believe and trust in yourself, no one can stop you. Remember all the times others held you back and you bravely fought forward, achieving more than you thought possible and glowing with honor and pride at your ability, talent, and strength. It is our wish for you to feel this way again, delighted in yourself and glowing with self-love. It may not always be easy. That's okay. Trust yourself and know the rewards far outweigh the risk. I am with you. So that was your channel message for this week, Sagittarius. For this next 30 days. I really hope that resonated and that you got some confirmation and messages from that. And let's jump into your cards. Yeah. It was talking a lot about, inner engineering rather than outer engineering, focusing our power on what we can control in ourselves and then letting our reality shift as we do that. Okay. Spirit, what card is in the highest and best for Sagittarius' general messages this next 30 days, whenever they're called to watch this reading? Okay. Beautiful. All right. So we get the Mirror Mermaid. And this card talks about know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. So I am getting like a few different messages from this. Yeah, so I think you're coming to a closer understanding of who you really are on a soul level, of who you truly feel yourself to be. You may be getting a lot of downloads and messages, and I just saw triple four as I said that, downloads and messages about what you came here to do, what you want to be, how you want to embody your energy, how you want to step forward, and really able to yeah, get a clearer look at who you are, but also requiring self-examination. And also, like, whenever we get a new like a leveling up of our light, that obviously brings to attention and consciousness more shadows, more things that we're having to work on and bring into the light. As our light expands, we can see more, you know, on those like outer edges that might have been too dark for us to see before that new light activation. So you might be having to face your shadows at this time as well. I do feel like you're ascending, you're holding more light in your body, you're maybe upping your spiritual practices, you may be getting a promotion, you may be striving for something new in your personal life, in your relationships, or in your work and career. But yeah, it is requiring work from you. And with the mirror as well, oftentimes if there's certain things that we really like about ourselves and we're putting that in the light, but then there are certain things that we don't like to acknowledge or that we tend to project onto other people, that is also an element of the mirror, where people will come in to kind of embody and show us those things that we're not actually giving like attention to or giving our energy to in ourselves, so that we can look at that and examine it. For example, like I'll give you an example with me is in the past, you know, I've attracted partners that are maybe that had like a strong sense of power and would sometimes assert their power over me. Now, when those kind of situations happen, you have two options: to react to that person and be like, you know, why are you doing this, yada yada yada, or for me, I more saw it as like, okay, like why, how did I invite this person in? Like, why is this showing up for me? Obviously putting boundaries in place and dealing with it, but also to see that, wow, I wasn't holding my power. Like there was an element about me that wasn't wanting to accept my full power. And thus Spirit sent someone in who does that really strongly. And that wasn't because like my spiritual lesson is to be overpowered. It's the lesson was more showing me that like, hey, you have the same amount of power. This person's going to like nudge and irritate you until you can claim your own power and take it back and not allow them to affect you. So elements like that could be happening in your work, your relationships, in life, and just know that, you know, the more that you can see that higher perspective, the more that you can ground into like a strong self-knowing and really work on that element of yourself, you're going to be able to gain even more lessons and wisdom that are going to help you propel yourself forward on the path that you truly want to be on. And to also get just like a deeper understanding of self, which is such a beautiful thing to have. And, you know, the more that we know ourselves, the less fear that can really come into our lives, the less other people can control us or try to influence our decisions, because we know what's right for us and we feel strong and anchored in that. So I think that's going to be a lesson or a message that comes through for you over the next 30 days. Let's see what the emotions are under the surface. So Spirit, what emotions? Yeah, okay. And we get the eel with defensiveness. So it does feel like you might be feeling a little bit defensive. It is number 9. So this is a cycle that we're almost ready to break. It's coming to the end of it. But yeah, with the defensiveness, I think, yeah, okay. And this might be as well why I felt called to talk about that, and also why the mirror is coming through. So you may be unwilling to look at certain aspects that feel more shameful or more guilty or more just less attractive, you know, like you're like, no, I don't really want to look at that, I don't like that, and that's creating a defensive energy with when people come in to kind of mirror back to you those things, and you might be in that emotional place of just really wanting to defend yourself, feeling a bit reactionary. So ensure that you are taking time alone when you need it. If people are getting on your nerves, you know, rather than reacting, take a moment to just, you know, separate yourself, be by yourself for a bit and sink into your inner knowing, you know, call on your higher self, do some self-reflection and try to get to the root cause of what's going on here. You know, it could be something where there's a pattern from childhood where like maybe, you know, maybe one of your caregivers wasn't able to take criticism or something like that, and then when people come in to criticize you and you can't take it and you're getting defensive, it's not to maybe push you down a peg or anything like that. It's maybe trying to highlight that pattern that's there to be fully embraced and healed now. It's like, oh, okay, like thinking back to how that caregiver processed that energy, and whether that is in the highest and best for you to continue that cycle, or if there's a more evolved way of looking at it. And then that way, when those things happen again, you have a way to unpack the experience and not feel so confronted by it, and then also to probably get a better outcome for both of you, or to know as well when to let something in, like when it's justified and when it's not, without having to feel like you need to react to all of it. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards are for these 30 days. Yeah, okay. So the current energy we get is Ace of Wands, so that's awesome. So there is like a new passion, a new inspiration, something that you're really, it could be like a new spiritual pursuit as well, because wands are quite spiritual, but a new, like something that you're wanting to take action on that's being offered to you. But we do also have the Tower with it. So it does feel like this new inspiration is causing maybe some unsteadiness, some breaking away of old foundations, some, the Tower can be a bit chaotic. It's unexpected change. It can be something crumbling away, but it always comes in when we've been building on something that doesn't have a solid foundation. And so Spirit would much rather knock that tower down before it gets too high, so that we can, address the cracks in the foundation and build from a more stable, honest, and strengthened place, fortified even, to really take the time that is needed to ensure that what we are building on, we have done all the work that we need to do so that it's strong and can last the test of time. Okay, so what's the challenge right now, Spirit? Okay, so we get the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is a very, again, stable, security conscious, wants to build, has generational wealth to share. He's very generous. He's also very practical, slow moving with that earth energy. He's not going to rush into something. He's going to really think it through, know that he's valuable and well resourced, and not be, not allow chaos and other people's fears and things to also influence his decision. So you might be being challenged to really move forward with this thing slowly, to deal with the current challenges and unexpected change and upheaval in a very balanced and executive way, seeing things from that higher perspective. He's very much like a CEO, someone who's not going to, they know what they have, so they're not going to be rushed into anything. So you might need to be taking this time period a little bit slower, being more security conscious, knowing that you have what it takes, but you also are needing to be very responsible, disciplined, and clear on what you're building. Yeah. Okay, so let's see, what was the past energy? Okay, so we get the Lovers. So, and the Lovers shows two people innocent in love with a guardian angel coming down and speaking to them. So in the past, it feels and Lovers also can represent a decision that needs to be made. So there may have needed to be a decision made in the past. You might have been getting a lot of guidance from your higher self as to what path you wanted to take. It might have felt quite close to your heart, whatever this decision was, whatever this new energy was. So you're really excited about moving forward. Let's see, is there anything else you want to tell me about the Lovers? Why is this here, Spirit? What happened in the past? Okay, and we get the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, so it could be as well wanting to move forward with something that you really love, but also being quite conscious of your own stability. For example, if it was changing a job or going forth on this new action plan. In the past, you've had to really be balanced. Oh, and the Lovers is a card of mirroring. Yeah, so something could have also been mirrored back to you in the past that really shed light on your own security, like on your own wealth, your home with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, it can be like your castle kind of thing. So you may have had to be quite, just be quite conscious of your security, of what you're building, needing to make a decision, wanting to maybe follow the passions of your heart, but having to balance that with the money realm, and being able to, even like if you're partnered, you know, being able to ensure that there's enough money, security, resources to make this decision. And then it looks like in the current energy with the Ace of Wands and the Tower, you know, that something has rocked that security. There has been a sudden shift or change, or there is the potential for that in the next 30 days, which is why the King of Pentacles is there, where you're needing to be a lot more, as we said, responsible, diligent, slow moving, thought out, and not make any rash decisions. And also, if there is unexpected change, to deal with it maturely, and to know that you have whatever resources you need, that you're in, that you're on the right path, but just to be open to learning from challenges rather than from feeling defensive or reacting from them. Okay, and what's the upcoming energy? Yeah, okay, and then we get the Death card. So we get 2 Scorpio cards with the Tower and the Death card. So strong Scorpio energy. So likely there's an ego death that's going to take place coming up. Something where, you know, our minds are feeling very like, the things that our minds used to tell us, the stories, the things we used to use to feel safe and to feel secure and feel like we're on top of everything. There is a transformation that needs to happen, and especially on the emotional level of, there's likely an ego death that is going to come through for this situation. And it's all in line with what you're wanting to create, but it is just that inner work, that shadow work of, you know, when we go to the next level, we also have to deal with all the things that we, you know, might have hidden from ourselves in the past. And it can be a challenging time, but it's also beautiful because it's so needed, and it means that we're doing the healing work, and we're at a stage where we're ready for it, because Spirit's not going to bring it through unless we're ready and we're asking. Okay. So let's leave it there. I'm going to grab some advice from your higher self, and then we're going to jump over to part 2, where we'll look at this more in detail with love, career, and money. So lots of interesting messages have been coming out in the part 2. So I'd love to have you guys over there, and we'll see what we get. So Spirit, what is the highest and best message for Sagittarius from their higher self right now? Is there anything else? All right. So your first card that we get is, it's time to play with the little puppy dog. So you're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. Awesome. So Spirit's reminding you, you know, like everything, if it's getting too heavy or too serious, to make sure that you're making time for play, you know, to go outside, to do things where you're not thinking about anything, you're just relaxed, because that frees up a lot of energy. It frees up our creativity. It frees up space so that Spirit can come and speak to us even stronger. The next card that we get is trust the guidance you're receiving. And this talks about Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present, being Archangel Michael, to clear away your worries so that you can trust your divine guidance. Beautiful. And your last card is Archangel Michael is with you now. And we have, even though you can't see it, I am actively working on the situation. I am here and helping you. Beautiful. So again, like, don't doubt what your guidance is. Keep following this path. They're really confirming that. But make sure you have time to play. Make sure that you're going easy on yourself when change and transformation is being required. Like, you know, spend the time you need doing the shadow work or doing whatever healing work you're being called to do, but then also allow yourself to rest and relax so that you can release and process all the work you've done. And make sure that you're calling on Archangel Michael, because he's around you and he wants to assist with this time. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. And until next time, I'll see you later. And to everyone else, see you on part 2. Bye, guys.